Hello everyone and welcome back to CodeChef. In today's video, we are diving into one of the most essential concepts in C++, that is array basics. We will understand how to declare arrays, initialize them, access their elements, check their size, and even learn what default values they store. By the end of this video, you will be fully confident working with arrays in your programs. So let's get started.
Array declaration in C++. An array is basically a collection of elements of the same data type stored in consecutive memory locations. Declaring an array is very simple. You just need the data type, the array name, and the size inside square brackets. Now let us have a look at the syntax to understand how to declare an array. Syntax is data type, then array name, and then in square bracket we will write the number of elements that the array will store, bracket close, semicolon. So here data type, this is the type of data that the array will store, for example integer, double, character, etc. Then array name, this is the name that you choose for your array variable, and n, as I told you, is the number of elements that array will hold. Then array initialization in C++. We can give initial values to an array right when we declare it. This is called initialization. Its syntax is data type, then array name. Now, for example, if we have already defined the size of array, which is 2 for example, then we will write 2 in square bracket, then is equal to, then curly brace begin, and we will write the elements, those two elements which we want to store here, value 1, value 2. Now these values depend on the array's data type, bracket close and semicolon. Now we have one more version of syntax for array initialization, data type, array name. Now here we have kept the square brackets empty, then is equal to, in curly braces, value 1, value 2, value 3, value 4, bracket close and semicolon. Now in case of this example, the compiler sets the size to 4 by default because we have provided 4 elements in curly braces. Now let us go to the CodeChef platform to see how to perform array initialization in C++. The program objective is storing student scores. Expected output is student 1 score is 85, student 2 score is 90, student 3 score is 88, student 4 score is 92, and student 5 score is 78. Coming to the code, hash include IOStream, then using namespace std semicolon, int main, inside curly brace we have written int student score, then square bracket is equal to, in curly braces we have written 85, 90, 88, 92, 78, curly brace close and semicolon. So here we have not defined the number of elements or the size of the array, but because we have written 5 elements in curly brace, automatically the compiler will set the array size to 5. This is how we initialize an array. Then cout in double inverted commas, student 1 score colon, and then we will print the value of student score, and then in bracket we have written 0, which means the element which is present at 0th position, 0th index number in the array will be printed. So the first number is 85, that means 85 is at 0th index number, so it will be printed here. ENDL for next line and semicolon. Then cout in double inverted commas, student 2 score colon, then we will print the value which is stored at student scores array's 1th position or 1th index number. Student score in bracket we have written 1, that means the value which is stored at index number 1 will be printed. Here that value is 90. Then ENDL to shift the cursor in a new line and semicolon. Similarly, cout in double inverted commas student 3 score colon, then the element which is there at index number 2 will be printed, endl semicolon, and similarly it will go up to the element which is present at index number 4, that means the fifth element. Return 0 semicolon and the main function ends here. Now let us run the program to see the output. Student 1 score is 85, 2 score is 90, so if you see it is in the same order. At 0th position we have 85, then at index number 1 we have 90, index number 2 we have 88, index number 3 we have 92, index number 4 we have 78. Accessing array elements. To access or change a value from any array, we use its index number. For example, for an array like this, int sample, then square bracket is equal to, in curly braces we have written the elements of the array, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, bracket close and semicolon. For this, the index numbers will be like this. At index 0, the value is 2. At index number 1, the value is 4. For 2, the value is 0. For index number 3, the value is 8. And for index number 4, the value is 10. So, if your array has 5 elements, the valid index range is from 0 to 4. So for this concept, you can consider the previous example that we have seen on the CodeChef platform, because in that example also we have accessed all the elements of array from 0th index number to index number 4. So it is the same thing, it's just that we are discussing how to access array elements in detail here. Next is array sizeof property in C++. When we need to find the size of an array in bytes or the number of elements inside it, the sizeof operator is extremely useful. Its syntax is sizeof, then in brackets we have written array and then bracket close semicolon. So this returns the size of the entire array in bytes. We have one more syntax. Let's suppose if I write sizeof and inside bracket I write array, in square bracket I am writing 0. So this statement will return the size of one element of the array in bytes, which is placed at 0th index number. Then we can close the bracket and put a semicolon. Let's see an example for sizeof property in C++ on the CodeChef platform. The program objective is using sizeof with an array in C++, and the expected output is size of the entire array colon 20 bytes, size of one element colon 4 bytes, number of elements in the array colon 5. Coming to the code, hash include iostream, then using namespace std semicolon. Int main, the main function begin with this curly brace, int ages, then square bracket is equal to, now inside curly braces we have written the elements of the array ages, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, bracket close and semicolon. Then cout in double inverted commas, size of the entire array, colon. Now we are printing the value for size of, and then inside size of we have written the name of the array whose size we want to calculate, which is ages. Then in double inverted commas we will print bytes, endl and semicolon. Then cout in double inverted comma, size of one element colon, then we will get the value for size of, and then in bracket ages, and then in square bracket we have written 0, bracket close and the outer bracket closes. So here I will get the size of one element of this array. Then in double inverted commas bytes and endl semicolon. Now we have initialized another variable here, int num elements is equal to size of ages, which is the total size of the entire array, divided by size of, then in bracket ages, in bracket 0, bracket close, the outer bracket close and semicolon. So that means we are dividing the size of total array with the size of one single element to find out the total number of elements in the array. So cout, then in double inverted commas, number of elements in the array colon, Then value of variable num elements will be printed, endl semicolon, return 0 semicolon, and the main function ends here. Let us run the program to see the output. Size of the entire array is 20. Size of one element is 4 bytes. The number of elements in the array will be 20 divided by 4, 5. This is how we use sizeof function in arrays. Last but not the least, default values in arrays. By default, arrays with local scope. What is a local scope? It means an array that is declared inside a function. So such kind of arrays do not get automatically initialized. Their values are garbage or unpredictable. But static or global arrays are initialized to 0 by default. Now let's discuss an example of default values in arrays on the CodeChef platform. The program objective is student grades initialization. The expected output is student grades colon, then we have a garbage value, student scores colon, again a garbage value, and pass status colon, again garbage value. Coming to the code, hash include iostream, using namespace std semicolon, then int main, now curly brace to begin the main function, int student grades, in square bracket we have written 3, then semicolon, double student scores, again in square bracket we have written 3, semicolon, then bool pass status in brackets, in square bracket 3 and semicolon. Then cout student grades colon, then we have to print the value of the element which is present at 0th index number in the array student grades. Then here we can see student grade in bracket 0. Here we have not initialized these arrays, which means we have not assigned any values to this array, but we have written the name of the array and we want to print the value which is present at the 0th index number. In double inverted commas, comma, again we are trying to print the value which is present at 1 index number in the array student grades, again a comma, and then we are trying to print value that is present at index number 2 in student grades array, then endl and semicolon. Now cout in double inverted comma student score in square bracket 0. So again we are trying to print the value which is present at 0th position in the array student scores, but we have not assigned any value to the array student scores, so it should return a garbage value. Then we want to print student score arrays index number 1's position, then student scores square bracket 1, again comma in double inverted commas, then student scores in square bracket 2 and endl. Then cout in double inverted commas pass status colon. Now pass status in square bracket 0. Here also for the array pass status we have not provided any values, we have not assigned any array element to this array, but still we are trying to print the value of the element which is present at index number 0 in pass status array. So it will return garbage value. Then comma in double inverted commas, then pass status in square bracket 1, again comma in double inverted commas, then pass status in square bracket 2, endl semicolon, return 0 semicolon, and the main function ends here. Now let us run the program to see the output. So as you can see, student grade colon, we have 3 different values and all these values are garbage values. Similarly for student score and pass status also we got some garbage values. This is how the concept of default values work in arrays.
And that is all for today. Now you know how to declare and initialize arrays, access their elements, check their size, and understand their default values. Keep practicing these concepts on the CodeChef platform to strengthen your basics. Thank you so much for watching.